and the government will no longer have to pay for our babies. I know I'm going to get some feedback here, and nobody want to help me. That's what makes permissive will so dangerous, because it doesn't look wrong at first. It feels logical. It feels justified. It even feels like you're making progress, but God never spoke it. And here's the tension. God did not stop Abram. He allowed him to sleep with his wife's servant Hagar. God will sometimes let you choose a path he never designed and still let it produce. But whatever you produce outside of the perfect will of God, you will have to manage it all of your life without his full backing. Talk to me, somebody. Abram got a child, but he also inherited conflict. He got proof, but he also got pressure in his life. He got results, but there were many repercussions that would come as a result of that decision. Because Ishmael didn't just show up, he introduced strife between Sarah and Hagar. Tension filled the house, a legacy of conflict that went far beyond the moment. And in the world right now, there is a conflict between the sons of Ishmael and the sons of Isaac. Nobody want to help me. What started as a solution became a lifelong struggle. Do I have anybody in the Bible tonight that knows what I'm preaching? And that's what some people don't realize. You're not just birthing a moment, you're birthing a responsibility. You're not just creating a quick fix, you're creating something that you will have to carry the rest of your life. So now here comes the question, can you handle what you just produced? You wanted it bad enough, now can you handle it? Can you live with it? Because God may let it work, but he won't always protect you from what comes with it. That's why discernment matters way more than results. That's why obedience matters more than just outcomes. That's why timing matters just as much as the promise itself. Success is not always a sign of God's approval. Sometimes it's a sign that God let you make a move and now you're living with the move you made. So before we celebrate somebody's disorder, we have to say, did God say that? Did God put his hand on that? Did God bless you? And some of us, that's where we are right now. You prayed about it, you moved on it, and now it's working. But just because it's working doesn't mean it's right. Success is not always a sign of approval. Are you ready for the fourth point? I've got 6 of them. Here's number 4. God, or what you produce outside of God, will produce strain inside your life. In Genesis 16, 4 through 5, when Hagar knew she was pregnant, she began to treat her mistress Sarai with contempt. My God, that'll preach all by itself. When she found out she was pregnant, she acted like she owned the house. She looked down her long, pretentious nose at her mistress who's barren. Now she thinks more of herself than she should. Now she gonna try to run the house. And tension always follows your ex. And when you bring your ex into your next, you end up with 12 Christmases. If you're on your phone tonight, you better be taking notes and not trolling Instagram. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to treat her mistress Sarai with contempt. Now watch this. The moment it worked, things started breaking. The pregnancy wasn't the problem, the strain was. Hiring the staff member wasn't the problem, the strain was. Hiring the employee was not the problem, the strain was. Marrying into that family was not the problem, the strain was. The pregnancy wasn't the problem, the strain that came with it. As soon as Hagar conceived, the atmosphere shifted. Something's off. Something don't feel right. What started as agreement turned into attitude. What looked like a solution turned into strife. Now there's tension in the house, division in the relationship, dysfunction where there used to be order and peace, because anything produced outside of God's will may look like it has outward success, but inwardly everybody's on pins and needles. Inwardly the whole house is strained. Inwardly, y'all go to church together and smile big and wave at everybody with your 50-pound Bible, and you go home, everybody goes to their own room and nobody talks to one another. Outwardly, it looked good. You look great. You're wearing your nice fit, but when you go home, you haven't fit. You're strained on the inside. You look good on the outside. Everybody's deceived to think, there you got that thing together. Look at them. Goals, that's goals for me right there. But you don't know what's going on the inside. And when there's an internal strain on the inside, can I talk to somebody? You may get an outward looking success, but when you don't understand that there's sometimes an inward strain that is attached to it. And now Sarai feels dishonored in her own house. Hagar starts acting elevated in her own eyes. Abram is stuck in the middle between two women. Nobody want to help me. And the very first thing that they thought would bring relief is now causing havoc and resistance and mess in their house. You better be careful what you bring into your house. You better be careful what you allow into your relationships. You got to be careful who and what you bring in to the confines of your holy house. The very thing they thought will fix it, the relief will come, is now causing resistance in their life. And that's how it happens when we reach for something to try to fix the pressure and end up producing a new kind of pressure that we weren't even prepared for. I'm going to preach tonight. You're managing emotions that you never had to manage before. You're navigating relationships, afraid to say this, afraid to say that. What used to be healthy, you used to be able to talk freely. Now you can't say this around this person, and you can't say that around that person, and it's all messed up and it's all unhealthy because you're carrying a weight God never told you to carry, all because you said it's gonna work, baby. But it may have worked, but it didn't bring the peace. It didn't bring what you thought. Quit blessing your children's infidelities and all that mess they're doing out in the world, and then bragging about it on the internet. My God, hide yourself up in a closet until you get some victory.
Thank you for joining us. Join us every week for our worship experiences on Sundays at 8:45 and 11 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for midweek. We have life groups available for all ages and children's ministry available for ages 0 to 11. Visit our website at bfwc.net for more information. We're saving a seat for you at BFWC, where we're maturing in Christ and reaching in love.